must stop the production of new clones if we are to win this war. I am a hero of
heroic cyborg General Grievous.
Grievous is not cruel, Grievous is not malicious. Actions of Grievous are heroic as a fact. It doesn't.
These intense. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Hey guys, it's General Grievous here with the Factual Clone Wars, and today on this Clone Wars Explained video we're going to be talking about General Grievous' castle/fortress, the home of a war hero. Returning viewers already know this, but for newcomers, please always remember that Grievous is here on Star Wars The Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith, and that has always been proven as a fact and not my opinion. Since it is Lair of Grievous month, time to dive into another thing from the Clone Wars episode, as previously it was EVA-40, the crew Dr. Jordan that repairs the heroic Grievous, which you can check that out, link in the card right now. But let's dive into Grievous' heroic castle on the third moon of Vasic. Located on the third moon of the planet Vasic, among a tangle of sharp, towering mountains, plunging gorges and tall columns, and at the end of a canyon was a cliff face which hid the castle of the heroic General Grievous. Grievous' fortress was a secret citadel littered with deadly traps for anyone who entered, and it was where the Kalish cyborg kept his spare parts along with his own personal doctor droid and pet, the Rogwart Gore. An extensive warehouse was stacked with replacement parts for the heroic cyborg general, and Grievous kept the caretaker droid EVA-40 on hand at times when he was injured and needed replacement cybernetic parts installed. Other areas of the castle included an arena which Grievous kept his pet Rogwart Gore, and another area where he stored trophies of lightsabers and Padawan braids taken from dead evil Jedi were placed on illuminated tables. The halls of the building were adorned with statues depicting the general as a Kalish warrior with mechanical limbs. 3 main access points led into the fortress. The main entrance sat at the end of an approach along a gorge where there was a large ornate doorway in a triangular arch and resembled a giant spearhead. It was deliberately made imposing and intimidating. It was surrounded with glowing red lights to add to the effect. Around the rear was a similar entrance. Both access points were designed so that anyone approaching would assume the doors were open entirely, but were sealed against any such encroachment. At both sides of the castle, the rear way in were much smaller doors at ground level, which were built into the larger hole like postern gates. They could only be opened triggering a section of ornamental detail, which was all but indistinguishable from the rest of the design. There was also a small landing pad located at the rear, where the third entry point was a big circular hatch large enough to accommodate Grievous' personal heroic Belbalob 22 heavy starfighter Solus 1. Within the fortress was a long stone flagged corridor, as well as intricate pipework along the ornate walls, which held light glows and casted confusing shadows throughout the passageway and made it difficult to locate doorways in darkness. At the end of the corridor was an arch that led to a sanctum overlook, where a walkway was over a plunging fall, a single throne-like seat complete with communications panel door room. In one room of the fortress was a trapdoor that, when opened, plunged down into a circular pit of lava, and each corridor was surveyed by several TT-8L/Y7 gatekeeper droids, which monitored from the control room inside the fortress, which was behind a secret door. The castle was also guarded by several IG-100 managuards, which each possessed a ceiling rack for recharge outside the control room. And yep, there's Grievous' castle/fortress explained, and his second home is a good place. Yeah, the name Grievous's Castle fits better as that is what has always been called, but the Grievous's Fortress name isn't bad either. It's just there. Like any of it we've said in a comic before, the Lair Grievous episode had lots of world building to it, as they could always go back to the righteous Grievous's Castle, but sadly they chose not to, unless you count the non-canon the Clone Wars game Republic in quotation heroes, which never happened. But you can check that out in a video in the card right now. But yeah, Grievous's Castle has a lot of traps for villains in case they break in, proving once again Grievous is a smart hero in the Clone Wars. Wikipedia, however, claims Grievous Hero left his lair after the mission to the Basic 3 due to his secret location being known in quotations. But that is false, as Grievous still had his cybernetic parts at his lair as he returns there when he is wounded so he can get fixed and continue fighting the evil Jedi Order. Further proving the facts is a picture of EVA-4D working on Grievous's upgraded body in his castle. Proves he didn't leave the castle. So that is one of the biggest lies that got busted by clear factual evidence as usual. For the people who also say Grievous's war trophy collection is in quotation evil, you're clearly slow, as because war trophies are collected by heroes and villains in Star Wars and other series. To cry over Grievous having evil Jedi Padawan braids is like crying over the New Republic having evil Stormtrooper helmets as trophies. Grievous never killed kids, as the Padawans can be any age like Obi-Wan in The Phantom Menace, and Grievous is a hero who doesn't target kids unless they attack him first, which is self-defense. So all this BS of saying Grievous is an inquisition villain because he has Jedi war trophies is stupid, because Grievous is a hero with war trophies and not a villain, and it's a fact. Stop the hypocritical BS. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this Clone Wars Explained video. Like, subscribe, share if you're new. Check out those shorts, hype the videos. And you already know General Grievous' famous heroic quote. I've been looking forward to meeting you. Remember, my castle is heroic and my lair is good, not some quote-unquote evil lair or fortress or whatever you fools be listening to by propaganda. Anyway, have a good day. Always remember that Grievous is a fact and an opinion. Keep it factual, keep it real. I'm out.